Hi guys, so today I feel like I need to come to you and talk to you about your skincare, body care items. I have in the last couple of months gotten so many calls and emails and patients asking me, what do you use for this? Is this any good? Is this toxic? What should I use for that? Because I think people are starting to realize that maybe they can make better choices about what you put on your skin. So if you follow me, if you're a patient of mine, you know my main focus is always eat whole foods. So getting rid of the microwave dinners, the processed box foods, fast food, convenience store food, and going all whole food or as much as possible. Also moving your body, getting the chi and blood to move, getting outside 20 to 30 minutes every day, walking or running or whatever with the dog, or after dinner with the kids, take a bike ride. That is more my focus. So hopefully everybody's transitioning into choosing more whole foods every day, choosing to work out, making that decision to work out most days a week, choosing to get outside for 20 to 30 minutes every day, for your whole body sort of wellness. Yet we're making these transitions to be healthy, but we're smearing all of these toxic chemicals all over our body every day. So in the next weeks to months to maybe years, I've been doing this a long time, I'm going to start going over some of the things that I use and why I use them. From shampoo to skincare, skin lotion, self-tanners, foundation, perfume, shaving cream, everything that you smear on your body, I'm going to go over. But to start, I wanted to sort of dispel a few myths so that I can get you guys on board to really start mulling this over. And then in the coming weeks, you'll start getting a product rollout of things that I use. So the first myth that I want to dispel is that people always say, well, if it's bad for you, the FDA would never allow it on the shelf. We would never be able to use that. That is a total myth. The FDA does allow it. All you have to do is go to your local CVS or Target or fancy beauty counter at the department store, and you will find carcinogens, which are ingredients that are linked to causing cancer, or endocrine disruptors. And all of those hormones that you have in your body are sort of like, it's a symphony, it's a song, it's a balance. They all work together to make this beautiful music that is the way your body runs. And so when you put chemicals in that disrupt that, you start having issues. And so if you were in the European Union areas or Canada or even some places in South America, the government has banned these chemicals, not just in the foods, but in the skincare items. They've banned them because they are toxic and they're carcinogenic. In the United States, we're more concerned about business, so the FDA allows these chemicals to be on the shelf. So don't think that the FDA is protecting you, because it's not. It is up to you to educate yourself, to look into the products and decide what you feel comfortable using. So that's number one. Number two is people somehow think that your skin is like a raincoat, like nothing sticks, it's fine, it doesn't matter what you put on your skin, it's not like I'm eating it. In fact, back in the day, there was a natural product company who had skincare and makeup, and in their demos, they would tell people, oh, our stuff is so non-toxic, here, eat it, you can eat it, take a bite, tell me what you think. But you don't have to take a bite for it to get inside of you. Actually, your skin, what you put on your skin, it will absorb into your blood system in 26 seconds. It starts getting into your blood system in 26 seconds. So you can kind of think about it. If you get like a minuscule little paper cut, sometimes you can bleed like a stuck pig. Like it just pours out and you're like, oh my gosh. And you have vasculature all through your skin. It's not hard to get to the blood. It's right there, as you know, if you think about it. It doesn't take much of a prick to get the blood flowing out. So if it is in your skin, it's going to be picked up by the vasculature, and then it's in the circulation. So Just because it's your skin doesn't mean it doesn't get absorbed into your body. So when you're slathering things on, as you do every day, when you think about body butters and what you use in the shower to clean or to shave, and your deodorants, and what you're shampooing your hair with, perfumes, all of these things that go on your skin get taken up into the blood system very quickly and wreak havoc. So we might be doing all of these great healthy things with our food and our exercise and our lifestyle, but yet we're absorbing all of these toxic chemicals every single day, multiple times a day. I don't know how many people have a little, especially women, have a little tube of hand cream on their desk that they use all day. So you're just constantly putting all of these toxic chemicals into your blood system. And so I want you to be aware that you are absorbing what you put on your skin, so you can make better decisions. And then the third myth, and this is a big one, this is because this is advertising, and advertising is genius. You have to give it up to them. A lot of people will tell me, oh, I use this product, or oh, I use that product, it's all natural, when in fact it is not all natural. And there's a lot of this greenwashing going on in the industry, wherein companies will take their toxic formula and then they start adding botanicals, and they'll add shea butter and aloe vera and chamomile and carrot seed oil, manuka honey, all of these things. They'll add in all of these really wonderful botanical ingredients that are really healing and calming to the skin, and that is fabulous. But just because they added some botanicals does not mean that they took out the toxins. So they might have manuka honey in them. This product might have manuka honey, which is really good for your skin, but it also might have 4 carcinogenic chemicals. So I'll have people say, oh, I use Aveeno. Okay, so Aveeno might use oatmeal or other botanicals that are soothing to the skin, but it doesn't mean they took out the toxic ingredients in the Aveeno. So there's a lot of that going on, where companies are adding these botanicals, and it sort of fools people into thinking, oh, this is a natural product. Look at all these herbs that are in this ingredient list. But yet, if you look at the ingredient list, there are so many chemicals on there that you can't pronounce. You have no idea what it is. And it's overwhelming to think about looking up all of those chemicals and what they do. So I've done this for a lot of years, and actually of late, there have been 2 places that are really good resources. They're growing. Not everything is in their database, but they're growing. One is environmentalworkinggroup.org, which is EWG.org, and they have a skin deep section on their website where you can plug in your products, and it will break down how they rate as far as toxicity. And then you can put in ingredients. Like if you have a product and there's some word that's this long and you can't pronounce it, you have no idea what it is, you can type it in, and generally they'll come up with an explanation of what that chemical is, rate it for toxicity. Is it a carcinogen? Is it an endocrine disruptor? Does it cause birth defects? Is it a neurotoxin? It will tell you what it is, which is lovely. Then there's also a new app, relatively new. It's called Think Dirty. And I have an iPhone, so I think it's for Android and iPhone. I should have checked before I recorded this. But I know it's for iPhone because that's what I have. But they actually have a scanner, which is nice because if you're in the store, you can scan the barcode and it'll come up and it'll tell you all the ingredients. It'll explain what each ingredient is, what it does in the formula, and what the toxic effects are of that particular ingredient. So you can educate yourself on the go rather than going, oh, let me write this down on my little pad in my purse so I can go check it out when I get home in front of my computer. You can actually just scan the barcode with this app. And if it's not in there, they always ask you, can you take a picture of it and tell us what it is? And we will research it and add it to the app. So it's constantly growing and more products are on there, but you can get a really good idea of how toxic and what's toxic. You'll see certain ingredients that are toxic are in a lot of products. So once you start looking into this, you'll see, oh, there's that ingredient again. That caused birth defects. I don't think I want that in my skincare or in my blood system. Even if I'm not pregnant, I still don't want something that's so toxic that it causes birth defects, you know? So those are easy ways to stay on the go. So like I said, in the coming weeks, I'm going to show you some of the products that I use, from body butters and lotions to shampoos to deodorant to mascara and foundation and shave cream, all of that stuff. I'm going to show you what I can use. Now, I don't want to get a deluge of emails about, why do you use this? And I use this. Is this not good? Why do you not use this? There is a happy medium when you're looking, and this is why you have to educate yourself and start taking responsibility for the chemicals that you're putting in your body. I like to look at non-toxic and performance. Years ago, all of these natural, when I started looking into these products, there were a lot of natural products, but the performance was horrible. I mean, they were just bad products. You could read the ingredient list and it was beautiful. But when you went to use the product, it didn't perform. It wasn't the greatest, you know, it just, and so you're like, I don't want the toxins, but I need something that works. I mean, I'm living in the real world. I need something that works. Like, especially deodorants. You'd see these deodorants and they read beautifully, but oh my gosh, like an hour later, you're like, oh my God, you know, I can't have this. I have to have something that works. And so I'm always looking for a balance of that. In the last 10 plus years, they have made huge advances in the performance of natural products, which is amazing. So that's what I do. And some people will be like, you know, I really like silicone in my foundation. I just feel better. I think the product performs for me. And you know what? I'm okay with using silicone. For me, I don't want silicone in my foundation, and that's fine for me, and that's my choice. But if that's one ingredient that you feel like you need to get the performance that you want, then okay, but just make sure the rest of the formula is totally clean. And if you're good with that, then that's good for you. So it's just about educating and trying things. And so that's why I want to show you some of the things that I use. I have a couple of different brands of foundation. I have, you know, a couple of brands of this. I've tried several mascaras. I've got a couple of eyeliners that I like, different manufacturers. You don't have to use the same, by the way. People are like, do I have to use it? It says it works better if you use all the same. I'm like, that is marketing. When you go up to a Lancome counter, they want you to use the skincare and the makeup and the You don't have to buy into, you have to use all the same. So I use what works and what's non-toxic. And so I'm going to share with you what I have, and you can, you know, comment, but you know, I just encourage you to try different things. With Amazon especially, it makes it really easy to try because a lot of these things are on Amazon. And there are some beauty website, non-toxic beauty websites that have come up that you can use to peruse and try, and that looks interesting. And, you know, I think I'll try that and it works, or it doesn't, or it works okay, and then maybe try a different brand the next time, and you find what works for you. And new stuff is coming out all the time. It is growing. This industry, this green indie beauty industry, is growing so quickly. There are new products all the time. So, and I'm always trying new things out. So I'm going to bring those to you. So stay tuned. If you have specific questions or specific products you want me to talk about, then you can just leave a comment below, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. So when the other green beauty, when I start going over all the products, that you get notification that those videos are up. So until then, stay well.